Hey everyone, it's Grayson the Goosebumps Kid here. Welcome back to another Goosebumps book review. Today we'll be taking a look at a Tales to Give You Goosebumps book, and it is probably my favorite Tales to Give You Goosebumps book so far that I've read. Just these stories were very creepy. These are all centered around Halloween themed stuff, Halloween, and that Tales to Give You Goosebumps book is number 4, Still More Tales to Give You Goosebumps. I believe this cover art was made by Tim Jacobus. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was. I like the ghost dog here and Curly and the parrot. As you can see, there are 10 Halloween-themed short stories. And, man, these were the scariest short stories I've ever read, at least for the most part. There were a couple in here that were hits or misses, but overall, these short stories did terrify me. In the book, you have 10 short stories. If you haven't read these Tales books, you get 10 short stories for each one, and each one's about like 20 pages. The whole book overall, this one is, I think, 137 pages, and they normally range from there, like 120 to 130. The 10 short stories that are in here are Pumpkin Juice, Attack of the Tattoo, The Wish, An Old Story, The Scarecrow, Awesome Ants, Please Don't Feed the Bears, The Goblin's Glare, Bats About Bats, and The Spacesuit Snatcher. Now, out of all these, my top 3 right now would probably be, at least in this book, An Old Story, Awesome Ants, and, what was the other one called? Awesome Ants, An Old Story, and, The Goblin's Glare. Goblin's Glare. That terrified me. Those 3 were like my top 3 in this book that terrified me. So, An Old Story and Awesome Ants, I believe, were adapted into 2 episodes from the 90s TV show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure at least one of them were. I swear I remember seeing Awesome Ants in there. But I know An Old Story was adapted. Not sure about Awesome Ants, but I'm pretty sure at least those 2 were adapted. And the plots for these books do vary. None of them are related because, short stories. I mean, I guess some of them could carry over, but, that's really very rare that it does. So, An Old Story starts off with these 2 kids. Their parents are away for a while, and a stranger shows up at their door. Turns out it's an old lady, and she starts feeding them prunes after she introduces herself. And some weird stuff starts happening to them. I won't explain what happens because I don't want to spoil anything. Pumpkin Juice, there's another one in here. These two guys, mix up a drink of pumpkin juice. It's like a smoothie type thing. And when they drink it, some very dark stuff happens and chaos ensues. That's all I'll say for that. Then you have a story called Awesome Ants, where you follow a kid who's trying to do a science project, so he buys an ant farm from a ant corporation type thing. They have like this whole ant farm, and when the ant farm arrives, he realizes that it's a lot bigger than he anticipated, but there's not that many ants in there. Like literally the ant farm has to go in his backyard. It can't fit in the house. And they give him these blue pills. They don't touch it, but after he starts giving them food that is not directed for him to say, some nightmarish fuel stuff starts happening. And yeah, I'll leave the rest of these plots up to you guys because I really don't want to spoil this. This has definitely been my favorite Tales book yet. These stories in here were very, very awesome. Especially The Goblin's Glare and An Old Story. I really enjoyed those 2. R.L. Stine definitely needs to continue this. I really would like to see another Tales book. It's unfortunate that it had to stop after 6 because I really think this could have carried onward. Hey, who knows? Maybe a couple of these Tales stories will get adapted into this new Goosebumps show that came out a couple days ago. Overall, these short stories were really good. I do like the Halloween-themed aspect. I was going to review this book last year for Halloween, but I kind of got burnt out from books. Also, I kind of forgot to do that. But this year, fortunately, I was able to read it over my break. and also I was on vacation, so I was able to get a little bit of that read as well. I literally finished it this morning when I was coming back from Georgia with my youth group, and I got to tell you, a couple of these almost gave me nightmares, especially Goblin's Glare. Most of these characters in here, I think, were very well written by R.L. Stine. A lot of them have some dramatic pasts in here, or dramatic experiences in this book that really do get under your skin and terrify you, if I gotta be honest. There's a Nightmare on Elm Street reference here in one of these short stories, which I will not tell you, or at least I think that's what it kind of represents or is hinting at, and it is terrifying. It's in one of the last couple short stories, but I'm not going to tell you which one it is. And overall, this book definitely does feel like R.L. Stine gave his best hits yet. There were a couple misses in here. Like, I really didn't enjoy, what's it called? Didn't really enjoy The Wish all that much. And Bats About Bats, I thought it was okay, you know? I don't know. Those are really the only two I didn't enjoy. Other than that, I think all of these were really, really good. So I think that's pretty much it about the book. Not really much else to discuss, rather than definitely check this book out, at least for Halloween. Had to get this out for Halloween as well, because, you know, it's kind of based around Halloween. And if you guys ever do pick up a Tales That Give You Goosebumps book, definitely check this one out. I highly recommend it. These books really, I think, are underrated, and a lot of people need to start checking these out. So yeah, this review might be a little bit shorter than most of them, but it's just, there's so many short stories in here that are only like 20 pages long. I really don't want to spoil much for you guys because these are so good. Now, if it was like a worse Tales book, I would probably spoil a couple of these, but this one you really need to check out before seeing any spoilers, because these short stories will terrify you. Terrified me, at least with a couple of them, especially Awesome Ants, Goblin's Glare, and An Old Story. So that has been my review on Still More Tales to Give You Goosebumps. Awesome book, probably my favorite that I've read so far out of the four, or second favorite. I don't know. I'd have to go back and reread the others, or at least take a look at my other reviews, see what I think about them. If I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd definitely give this a 9. It wasn't perfect, you know, there were a couple misses in here, but overall, this was very great. Highly recommend it. And just great cover by Tim Jacobus, or whoever did it, and R.L. Stine. Once again, master of horror. So that has been my review on Still More Tales to Give You Goosebumps. What are your thoughts on this book? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Really love to see your hot takes on them or thoughts on it. Thank you all so much for watching. I will leave links to our Discord server. Make sure to join that, to my main one, and my buddy Minnesota Goosebumps fan Discord server. I'll leave links to both of them in the description down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I have another Halloween book review coming up in about a week or so, so stay tuned for that. God bless, and have a great night, guys. Bye, everyone.